This is Out Loud and Laughing.
Chosen fam, welcome back to the space where we keep it real, keep it rowdy, and most importantly, keep it loud. Today, we are stepping into a world that is much more than just aesthetically pleasing. Our guest is a curator of the chic, a trauma informed certified life coach, and a man who has mastered the art of living beautifully from the inside out. You've seen him across your feeds as a beacon of style and wisdom. But today, we're peeling back the designer layers to talk about the nervous system, the dating trenches, and why looks maxing won't fix a lonely heart. Please welcome Doug Marshall.
My God, hello. This is exciting.
Doug, we are so excited to have you, and we're just gonna just jump right in,
Do it.
because do it because you do have this incredible platform, the world of Doug, where you blend lifestyle, travel, and high-end aesthetics, right? But lately, you've been vocal about something much deeper. You've noticed this trend in our community where guys are obsessed with mogging and the external outsides, yet your coaching roster isn't exactly overflowing with gay men looking to do the inside
It's
work. So
not.
yeah, why do you think we as a community are so terrified of looking at our own blueprints?
Uh, it's a beautiful question. I'm so glad we're here to dive into it because I am a gay man. I will be 49 in a week from tomorrow. And it's funny. I I live in LA now, and there it's almost like I remember somebody being like, after 40, you're invisible in the gay culture. And I sort of sometimes feel like that in LA, even though I don't give a shit that much about it. But it's like I can see how this is true. But I do a lot. For the last 10 years, I've been working with people on their nervous system and mindfulness and trauma informed tools. I've had like one gay man client in like 10 years. Uh, it's all women, it's women and moms. And yet, as somebody who's in the gay community who has gay friends, especially in LA, it's like, what do we talk about at dinner? Peptides, who ghosted us, like what's going on with sniffies, what's going on with Grinder. It's like, what GLP-1 am I on? And what peptides are made, all the things.
Yeah.
This
And
is very
it's like,
important stuff, though.
it's important and it only gets you so far because I'm going to say something that probably will be controversial, but I know it enough. I think a lot of gay men actually kind of hate themselves. And I don't know how well they really know themselves because they're afraid to peek under the hood. But if the outside looks okay, I don't even know if half the people that are working so hard on themselves are liking what they're seeing in the mirror. Because also work in rehabs and I do have some gay clients there that it's like they're doing the most, but they also hate themselves. Like, I know that sounds tragic, but it's true.
What this has been something that I've had to a journey that I've had to go on, this internalized homophobia, essentially,
Yes.
that it's so invisible. I doubt a lot of gay men even are aware of it in this
Yes.
self-deprecating culture. Can we just touch on that really quickly?
Gay men, there was this woman that I knew, and she's like, I wish you all loved each other the way I love you because you all treat each other like shit. And it's true. I used to live in New York. I live in LA. I've lived in Minneapolis. So I've always had a gaggle of gays. And myself included, we're all secretly like mean to each other. It's like almost to get a laugh. Like whenever if on a dating app I see oh, I'm fluent in sarcasm, I'm like, nope.
Yeah,
Because
red flag.
sarcasm is avoidance. All this humor that we play around with in the gay community, it's avoiding going deeper into the vulnerability of things. But no one trained us to be vulnerable because most gay men grew up in the closet, having a performative life on the outside, uh, add in feelings minimization when you're younger, and like trying to live like a double life of trying to seem straight or fit in. And so no one ever and then we have to come out at some point. Not no one, but a lot of times who actually held our hand to be like, do you feel safe? Do you feel safe in your body? Do you feel safe to be seen? Do you feel safe to walk down the street? No. And a lot of that turns into nervous system dysregulation, and we're just so fucking defensive.
Yeah.
I mean, you talk about that, right? I mean, a lot of this is rooted in unhealed trauma, which I think we've kind of
Yeah.
talked about. But what is really happening in a gay man's body when he decides to ghost instead of being vulnerable?
So there's one thing that I only learned. I've been like into self help for like 16 years. And I've been speaking and teaching for like a decade, but I learned something 2 years ago that made so much sense to me. And I need all your listeners to hear this. In our brain, we have an amygdala. It's the size of an almond. It basically is your fear command center, and it is scanning for threats all the time, but at a quarter second faster than your rational, logical mind. And if something triggers us or activates us, your amygdala is like, oh my God, like Brian and John, they're in trouble. Give them some cortisol and adrenaline so that they can fight or flight or get the fuck out, or that's the same thing, or freeze or fawn.
Fawn,
And
yeah.
when that happens, we get so jacked up on our own hormones, but our prefrontal cortex, which is your rational, logical mind that knows your personality, that knows that you care about yourself, gets dumbed down and dimmed down. And what ends up happening is we go into survival mode, we go into numbing mode, we go into bad behaviors. It's like, oh, I'm feeling emotionally numb, or no, I'm feeling like I like this person and they sort of like me. But deep down inside, I've been rejected in the past. Your body serves you that memory. And then it's like you leave them on red and then you go on to sniffies to like get your dick sucked under a stall. You know,
Yeah.
like that's literally what the ghosting is a dysregulated nervous system. It's like we can't sit with ourselves. We can't sit with our feelings. It's taken me years to be able to do it. And I'm going to be 49 in a week. And I can finally sit with myself in the last 3 years. Took forever.
I've lived in this mode, I can admit, for a very long time, and it took me work and therapy to get to know myself better and to trust myself better. What kind of conversations can we have with ourselves, quickly, daily to help, regulate and to help, like, sort of identify those feelings on the inside?
Okay, the heart hold. This comes from internal family systems. It's a belief, like each of us on this podcast right now, internal family systems believe that I am a family of multiple parts. And so when I have a big reactive part and I get really reactive, underneath it is the vulnerability I don't feel safe to express or never felt safe to express. The heart hold is one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Try it with me right now, boys.
On it.
One hand on the heart, one hand on the belly. Wherever you are in your breath, empty out and then breathe in and feel your belly rise and your hand on your belly rising. And if your stomach's not flat, don't judge yourself.
Yeah, it's rising a little higher than I'd
That's
like
what I
it
was
It's
to, but
thinking,
that's
okay.
okay.
It's
literally.
okay because
Okay, okay.
help is on the way. So you do a couple breaths in the heart hold. Say you're upset about something and maybe somebody didn't text you back or you got passed up for a promotion at work and then you want to run to an old bypassing numbing behavior. This is the diagnostic tool. Your car's red check engine light comes on and you go to the mechanic and they plug it in and then it tells you what the fault codes are. This is a somatic meaning of the body tool to help us determine what our own fault codes are. And why this works for me is I was invited to a party 2 years ago and then all of a sudden the day of I wanted to cancel and I was like, why do I want to cancel? Oh, I know the heart hold. Let me try it. I did the heart hold and I'm like, why do I want to get out of this? I've been excited about this party. What my body fed me, because this is an intuitive pose, you're a fat, awkward 12-year-old and you're going to go to the party and nobody's going to like you and nobody's going to accept you. That little scared boy is a part of me that still lives in there. That is what unhealed trauma is. Now, we don't see that on the surface. So, to answer your question, what can we do to check in with ourselves? When you are having a feeling, start checking in with yourself. It's never what the top layer feeling is. Under it is usually like shame or old wounds of not feeling seen, not feeling validated, not feeling like we're enough.
And all of those really, surface up to being lonely, right? We are a community that we're surrounded by so many people, well,
Yes.
bars, parties, apps, friends, all these things, yet we identify as being profoundly lonely, and so you talk about, like, this idea of disembodied, and for the chosen
Yes.
family listening who feels like they're just a floating head on a gym body, how do we actually start saving ourselves and becoming present in our own lives? I know you kinda just touched on it, but it's gotta go a little deeper, yeah?
Yeah, it's got to go a little bit deeper. What I learned for myself, so I left a marriage. I left an 18-year relationship 3 years ago. Exactly 3 years ago, like this week, and we're filing for divorce this week. And what I realized when I left that relationship is that I was living in survival mode and disembodied. And what that looks like is my body was just always juicing me with cortisol and adrenaline. I was very defensive and I was living for the outsides and I wasn't checking in with myself. And so I started working with a trauma informed therapist and I did a lot of EMDR, which is eye movement desensitization and reprocessing. It can remove trauma from the body because even if you don't remember a lot from your childhood, your body remembers. And we go into activations on and off all day long without even realizing what they're fully connected to. So I did all this work in trauma healing, and then I'm now in school to become a somatic experiencing practitioner, which somatic means of the body. It's what your nervous system is. We've got our head brain, we've got our heart brain, and we've got our gut brain. And whenever we have any sort of feeling, a positive or negative feeling, it's our body emitting some sort of biochemical. And a lot of times we're out of whack. So this is like bilateral stimulation, rubbing on your arms. This is called the havening technique. Next time you're feeling dysregulated, first do this and be like, what the fuck is wrong? Why am I so upset? What is going on? Where is this coming from? There's no real script. Then, if you do this, this can bring you back. Try this with me and tell me what you feel. It's rubbing on your arms. This is called the havening
Mhm.
technique. What it's basically doing, it's a form of bilateral stimulation where the neurons in your fingers rubbing against the neurons in your arms send a biochemical message through your neural pathways to your brain, to your left and right brain to calm down. And
Mm.
once you do this, then I want you to do A through Z. You can do it with celebrities, you can do it with cars, you can do it with foods, amazing apples, beautiful broccoli, cherry carrots. I know it sounds gay, just kidding. But this is scientifically proven trauma informed method to take you out of an activation because say you're trying to break an addiction to apps or casual sex or cruising or vaping or any of it and you're craving, this can take you this and then the A through Z. You can do like, Amanda Bynes, Britney Spears, Connie Francis, or no, like Brandon Carlisle, whatever it is. It's just you're distracting your brain from the rumination loop. And the more we think and stay trapped in our thoughts, the more our body jacks us up with biochemicals that keeps us from not being present in our body. So that's the two step.
And you talk a lot about the somaticness of it, but it's for our chosen fam out there listening, a really simple way to think about this. It's a book as well, the title of a very great book. The body
Body
keeps
keeps
the
the score.
score. And you
Yes,
know it, Doug, and I know you know
I
it.
know it.
But it's just so important that we understand our bodies at this level because when you don't know what's wrong, you might not just know. And you need to go out and find answers and these resources, people like Doug, this book, really figure it out on the inside because a lot of us are living in this fight, flight, or fawn mode, and life
Yeah,
is
Yes, every
nailed
so
it.
day.
much more life is so much more beautiful when you liberate yourself from a lot of the things that are holding you back.
And that's it, liberation. And I said it on somebody else's podcast. I'm like, it's like a privilege to live in my body today because for so many years I bypassed my feelings. I was like definitely like had sex addictive tendencies, which I realized were my numbing behaviors because I couldn't sit with discomfort. So some people are rageaholics and they rage at people. When I felt minimized or betrayed or whatever, I would go to the apps and bury like 8 hours a day. And I know somebody on here is going to identify with that. And I was like, oh my God, I'm a sex addict. How can I stop? The more I did the somatic work and the trauma informed work and started being able to create comfort and safety in my body, I didn't have to run away from myself. Because rather than raging at people, I would self destruct. It's like my sex addiction was like emotional cutting.
Yeah. Wow.
And I don't do that. I'm not on any apps right now. I mean, I'd love to like find somebody to date, but I can't even deal with the fucking apps right now because the people on there, they're not all bad, but like it's not great.
Wiser words have never been spoken.
We love the auntyism and the wisdom that you bring. So I guess my question is more around if you were coaching a younger version of yourself, like the one who's still trying to unlearn the shame or the need to overperform, What's the first step to regulating a nervous system that's been told it's too much or not enough for so many years?
It really is. I mean, I will the heart hold. There's something
Yeah,
about it. I sometimes meditate in the heart hold now. It's a way for me to check in with myself because a lot of us our emotions weren't held when we were younger. We have to
yeah.
learn to hold and carry ourselves. It's like RuPaul always says, like, who's gonna, you're never gonna, who are you gonna love? Wait, what is it? You
I
can't
can't
love
love
anybody until you
yourself.
love yourself. If you can't love
Yeah,
yourself, who's gonna love you or whatever it
Or
is?
how
But
the hell
like,
are you gonna love somebody else,
how
right?
the hell are you gonna love, if you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love somebody else?
we got
But
there. We
do,
got there.
We got
we
there.
got it. We got it. Thank you, Rue. Uh, this is the first place I could start. I would start because back in 2010, when I was cheated on in a relationship and it fucking wrecked me to my core, I was going to a trauma informed therapist at the time. He's such a fucking hack. He just sent me off to a psychiatrist who diagnosed me within 10 minutes bipolar. I was on bipolar medication for 12 years. Guess what? I moved to
Wow.
LA. I got a new psychiatrist. I had an intake with her, and she was like, what you're describing to me doesn't sound like bipolar. It sounds like CPTSD, complex post traumatic stress disorder. And she's like, your activations look like bipolar mania, but they're really a freeze response, like a functional freeze. And that's when I was like, well, what do I do? And she's like, you go to a trauma healing therapist. I'm not even on bipolar meds anymore. I don't fucking have bipolar. I had complex PTSD from being like bullied and perfectionist and all the things. And so I guess what I would say is find a practitioner who will actually sit with you, listen to you, and attune with you. The three of us here right now, we're attuning to each other. Like this is hard attunement. We're having a real conversation. And so if a therapist doesn't feel like it's helping you, trust that instinct. We don't trust our instincts enough. The heart hold, if you're like not sure, like, did I like that person? Do I want to go on a second date with them? Like they make a lot of money, but they were kind of like a dick to me. Hand on the heart, hand on the belly. Ask yourself,
I
do I
love
really like
that.
that person? Your body will let you know. The body keeps the score. All the answers are inside of us.
Yeah,
Doug,
it's
you tell
checking
us
in.
you're checking it and tell us who those people are. We're taking names over here at
We
Out Loud
are.
and Laughing. Um, no, but in all honesty, I have to dig us out because we just have gone so deep and I've loved
Yes.
it
So
so
deep, I'm
much.
sweating.
I s it's but we would not be Out Loud and Laughing if we didn't put you in the hot seat for just a minute, so it's time for
Well,
a
I'm
little.
sweat. I don't work out at the gym before you go on a pod. I'm fucking sweating right now.
Well, don't worry. Now you're gonna be soaking wet because it's time to see how
Yeah,
the
make me wet.
it's time to see how the world of Doug really operates. We call this signature game This or That, the regulated and radiant edition. So don't overthink it. Just give us your gut reaction. Are you ready?
Yeah, now
As
I am.
you
That's a somatic release, by the way. If you start burping or yawning after you do this, that's your digestion going back on. So sorry, I had to do it.
It's time for another round of This or That, the unhinged get to know you game. No, I love it. My dog does the same thing. Um, Gaga or
Perfect.
Gaga or Beyonce?
Gaga.
Well, that was so quick
Gaga.
and
Ooh, okay.
easy.
I know you went
Yeah,
right for that.
yeah.
I like a Gaga.
I know
Okay.
who I know.
Do scruff or no scruff?
Like the app or the facial hair?
You're allowed to answer this however you take it,
Today,
Doug.
no scruff because when I have a mustache, my friend tells me I act out inappropriately.
Oh,
Yeah, I
mustache.
Mustaches can
become
do
like
that.
it's like mustache Doug is like sex addict Doug.
Mustaches
So
can
no
do that.
scruff today, clean shaven.
No scruff
Congratulations.
today. He is not getting laid, folks.
No, he's getting laid, but not in a non-toxic way. I can
Uh,
assure you.
we'll see.
Or we'll see. All right,
Slide into
Doug.
my DMs, people. I'm available.
Well, when this goes down, is it happening at a five-star hotel or a hidden boutique gem of a hotel?
Hidden boutique gem.
Yeah, agreed.
I kind of
Duh.
agree with that. Do you
Yeah.
prefer a deep tissue massage or a sound bath?
Ooh, deep tissue. I mean, healing. Touch is healing.
Touch is healing.
Yeah.
Okay, Doug, you've married for love, you've married for money. Now, are you marrying for a six-pack bod, or a dad bod next?
Marrying for a regulated nervous system.
A
I
regulated
don't care
bod.
about the body, I care what's under the hood. I care about the heart, I care about like, if there's no attunement, it's not I don't care how much money you make, I don't care what you fucking look like, you gotta have the energy. Without the energy, you're nothing.
But you have to have your smog checked because you live in LA, so.
But you gotta have your smog check. But dad I love a dad bod. I love a fucking dad bod.
Uh,
Listen, they are in and they are not leaving. We say
nope.
that because 'cause we're in our
Yeah,
40s
I've
and
got
we are
one.
Yeah.
listen. Okay, so this one's gonna be a hard one for you, but you have to choose morning meditation or nightly skincare.
Oh, nightly skincare. And I, like, teach meditation for a living, so that's fucked, but, like, I love skincare so much.
That's so great. We're gonna migrate over to the baseball diamond over here, and when you're playing a nice healthy game of baseball,
I'm sorry, what?
are you pitching or catching?
Oh, catching.
Wink, wink. Oh,
He's
he's
like,
like,
"No,
Gaga no
girl."
s yeah, Gaga's no
Catching.
scruff, dad bod, nighttime skincare,
But
catching.
also
Got
a
it.
side, so is that, like, umpire vibes? I don't know.
Oh, I can relate.
Shortstop?
Shortstop. I relate.
Shortstop.
Yeah,
Shortstop.
I relate to you there.
You
Do
guys are
you
the best.
prefer do you prefer radical honesty or polite shade?
Radical honesty.
It hurts, but it's helpful.
It's where we need to migrate to. It's where we need to get to. Honestly, I
Agreed.
love shade though. Like, but
Well, of
that's the
course.
part of me that acts out and kikis with people just to be like funny and liked. Like, it's not always real.
The
Yes.
truth. Are you into the group chat chaos or a one-on-one deep dive?
I
I guess it
one-on-one deep
depends if you
dive.
have I was gonna say, I
One-on-one deep
guess.
dive and send me a voice note and I am happy. Like, my friend and I go
Ooh,
back and
voice
forth with like
notes.
20-minute voice notes daily. So deep dive, deep dive.
I was gonna say it depends if you have a mustache or not, but I guess deep dive.
Yeah.
So good.
Going really deep.
Okay, last one, Doug. Do you like being the mentor or being the muse?
Oh God. Um, I want to say Muse because I've spent. I don't know. Muse feels good to me. I would like
Yeah,
yes that. I don't know why, but just yes.
I loved all of your answers, Doug, and
same.
Thank you.
honestly, thank you so much for reminding us today that the most chic thing we can do is own a regulated nervous system and a little bit of self-awareness. You have given our chosen fam so much to think about regarding what's happening beneath the surface.
And
Amazing.
chosen fam, make sure you follow Doug to get your daily dose of style and soul. Doug, where is the best place for everyone to find you and learn more about your coaching?
World of Doug on Instagram, TikTok, uh, theworldofdoug.com. I'm everywhere. You'll see it. I'm launching a school community too for mindful divas. So we'll see. That should be coming up in a week. So I'll let
How
you know.
exciting!
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. We got to band together.
We really
Good, yes.
do, and we appreciate everyone for banding together and coming to listen to Doug and us, and remember to work on your insides as much as your outsides. Stay loud and keep laughing. We all love you, chosen fam. Bye-bye now.
Bye,
Yay.
everyone.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.